Y'all ready? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the podcast that never sleeps. Now kick back in your seat and witness greatness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm your host, Killer Cam, aka Chiboy. And with me always is the funny and very knowledgeable Jaw Resurrector, everybody. Jared, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. So happy to be back.
Yes.
Happy to see you all.
So if this is your first time at the podcast Never Sleeps, welcome. Happy to have you. Here we explore the new, the ancient, and the mysterious with way too many pop culture references. Isn't that correct, my dude?
So many good references.
All of them.
You'll get them all.
You'll get every single one of them.
Yeah.
Because we grew up with you guys.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just any old episode, guys, because not only is it part 4 of No Sleep Month.
Oh my gosh, 4 parts, dude.
Yeah. It's only part 4
We got
of 5.
there. Yeah.
But we also got an old friend back in the stew. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess is joining us again.
Yay! Welcome back.
Thank you. So happy to be back.
So happy to have you back.
I have had no sleep thanks to your episodes.
Nice.
Clever girl, you.
Yeah.
I
You.
came to complain.
Yeah.
Kidding.
I just yeah. It's just 2 hours of
That's
complaining.
where these facts are from. No, just kidding.
Hey, we didn't do any robots for No Sleep Month, so we're trying to help you out.
No robots and no what's the other thing you hate? Zombies.
Bitches in the Matrix.
Ooh. I'd rather that than zombies.
Wow, good thing it happened when we were saying all those horrible things.
Yeah. Those racial epithets. I've never heard you say such things.
I don't know if I can
I was gonna
chat
go
with
more
you
like
guys
some
after
weird,
that.
like controversial political things or something.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
So, Princess, you were a little late getting
I
here.
was. So I was hungry. Apparently, I don't eat at home.
Okay.
So on my way here, I was like, oh, let me stop at Popeyes.
Popeyes.
The worst
been there in
Popeyes in
forever.
the city. I hate to put them on blast, but on Sahara and Jones.
Yeah, if you ever come to Vegas,
Yeah.
Don't go
That's
to
the one
Sahara
to
and Jones
avoid.
Popeyes. The teenagers that work there are miserable. They're
I
so
love
rude.
it. They're taking shots online.
You order and they're like, "Oh, we're actually out of the chicken sandwiches," and I'm like, "Well, that's all you guys are good
Look
for."
at this latency.
Dude, I told that Wendy's story to you guys, right? When I went to Wendy's once, the guy dropped the bread on the floor, and then he didn't know I saw him, and he picked it back up and kept
I
making the
remember
food.
that story.
What is that? Like,
Yeah.
so
So
I haven't been to a Wendy's since. That's
Yeah, what are they
And
doing
they
that-
give me like 5 cold fries
Yeah.
per combo, and I'm like, "What is?" And a spoon. I don't know why
Ugh.
I needed a spoon.
Plus, what if
Yeah.
you like stepped in something outside and then you stepped on the floor in there? Like, you can
Gross.
give somebody like hepatitis that way.
Yeah,
Like,
it's horrible.
it's true. Like, that's like dangerous, dude. You can't be messing with people's food. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's horrid.
I was watching this it's a YouTube documentary about this guy
A
doing
documentary.
yeah, a YouTube meckery. That's nothing.
Hmm.
It was about the makeup industry and how these quote unquote discount stores get their makeup on the cheap.
Yeah.
They think it's when like people use it and like return it and they just put it on the shelves.
Stop.
So they experimented. McKenna, what up? OG crew indeed.
Yeah,
With you
right?
here especially.
Yeah.
So
Trio.
so what they did is they're like, there's no way they're putting used makeup back in the shelves because, like you said, what if someone has a skin disease or something and they, put on an eyeshadow or whatever, right?
This is gross.
Dude, the latency's really pissing me off. Anyway, so they they bought a bunch of makeup and they went and the ones that they like damaged a bunch. Some that were already like damaged.
Yeah.
Right? But they damaged them and then they wrote a little like X or star inside the box.
Yeah.
Then they went the next day and they looked for it. They bought them and they opened it and the stars were there.
No!
So they're used right
That's
back on the
crazy.
shelves. Used makeup.
Because I guarantee
lipsticks,
those manufacturers
eyeshadows.
would give you the money back if you send them back in as damaged. Like a lot of those manufacturers do that, right? They'll replace the stock. You don't
Yeah.
have to put it back on the shelves. You're not going to lose any money that way.
Well, the discount stores lose the money because that's how they get them in the
So you're
first.
better off going to the 99-cent store and bbuying a brand new package. of
No, that would be
cheap-ass
a place that had it. No, you'd be better off going to like Sephora or something. You
Mac.
pay more for not
to
getting
Mac.
used products.
Ugh.
So it sucks that they do that, but they do that.
Grotesque.
But we got a spooky episode planned,
Of course.
Of
No
course.
Sleep Part 4.
part 4. And Jared, do you want to do the world of kindness and explain what the topic is today?
Yeah, if you didn't notice, the title of today's episode so far is Demons and Doorways. So we're going to be... Yeah, we're going to be diving into the underworld a bit today. We're going to be talking about portals, doorways to hell, or to the underworld, depending on where you're from in the world. They call it different things. And what comes out of those doorways, and are they interacting with people? And if they do, what do those interactions look like? We might be able to show
What do
you
they
what that
taste
looks like.
more importantly?
Yeah, well, we have some scary videos around it. So we're going to have fun, watch a lot of spooky stuff. But the topic is doorways to hell and what comes out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think so far on No Spook Month, we've done what? We've done ghosts.
Yes.
We've done... Help me out here.
We've done an episode about movies inspiring serial
Oh,
killers.
Screamverse.
And vice versa.
Yeah, the Screamverse
yeah.
one. And what was
That
the
was
last
exciting.
one we did?
And then we did...
It's hard to remember. So
yeah,
much.
it is because we talk about so much of this stuff.
Yeah. What's up, Deb? There she is. Yeah. What did we just do?
Yeah.
Hi, Deb.
Yeah, what did we just do? Because we started out with like slasher movie. Oh no, ghosts, and then we did
Ghosts
slasher
and-
movies.
yeah, Scream.
And then we did what's scary that we talked
Witches.
about. There it is. We did the occult. Okay.
Witches
Black
in the
magic.
occult.
Yeah.
And now we're doing demons and doorways to the evil
Which makes
places.
sense. Yeah, this is a good progression here.
No. That's why it was planned to a T.
Perfect.
But we just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So
welcome back.
yeah. So I really want Princess when she speaks to speak very closely to the mic.
Okay.
And I also want I want to start off with hearing about you. What's up, man? What's new? I know we were talking a little bit about about having problems with the food service industry. So you have an El Pollo Loco story that I remember.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
it is
hearing
literally
the beginning of.
loco about El Pollo.
God, okay.
It is. It's loco about El Pollo. So I go to an El Pollo Loco where there's this extremely long line for some reason. Normally, it's really not that bad, but this
Sure.
time it's horrible.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why. And I'm stuck. I got 4 cars behind me, like 12 in front of me. I can't leave. You know, they put you in those little thing and there's no exits.
Yep.
So I'm waiting it out. I've already ordered my food. I get to the window, and the lady looks at me and in a panic, and she says it as a question, basically. She looks at me, she goes, I don't know what to do. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, we have no chicken.
At El Pollo Loco.
Right, and I
it's
was
funny
like-
she didn't call it pollo.
Like,
No,
did you
no,
just
tenemos
find this out,
pollo.
or why'd you let me order?
Show off.
And why is the line going so long if you have no food? Like, shouldn't you have...
Because we take 10 minutes to explain the
Right.
situation and then ask people, like,
What would you
will
do
you go
about
get the
it?
chicken?
Yeah. I think each person was giving their
Do
2
you have
cents.
chicken?
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm
WJD,
here.
What
Yeah.
would Jared do?
Exactly. Yeah. My answer to
The
her
worst mantra you can
question
have.
was
The worst.
what should I do? She's like, so we have no chicken. I'm like, well, what do you want me? What do I do? She's
Yeah.
like, we have sodas. I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, and I just like, well, thanks, and I leave, and I'm all so upset about it. But then looking back, I'm
She
like,
had that
why did it
conversation
take so long?
Yeah, she had that conversation
hours.
50 times.
Right.
But she was she was panicked. We have no chicken. This has never
Just-
happened before. What do I do?
Say,
Sir.
sorry, we don't have chicken right now.
Yeah. I
can't
should
do
have been
anything."
like, no, I didn't want chicken. I wanted a grande shaken espresso with
Yeah.
an extra shot of vanilla.
I wanted a Sprite. Is there any way?
Feel
We
like-
have soda.
Right.
We have no espresso.
Yeah. Will you go get
Okay,
us espresso?
well, just do a double cheeseburger then.
Yeah. So, all right. Princess,
Yeah.
your spookiest memory from Halloween or any of these times?
Well, back when I used to live in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the Rio Grande and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Runs through there.
We're
well, my
cultured.
grandma's house.
On the Rio Grande.
There's literally one of those ditches behind my grandma's house,
Okay.
and it's,
Like those storm drain things?
no,
Like a
it's
ditch
literally like
for
a
dead
ditch
bodies? Oh.
for water.
Yeah, storm drain.
So my cousins, They would always
Sucks,
it's
man.
so fucked up.
Yeah.
So
Kids are so awful.
like it was the scariest, especially during Halloween.
Right.
And my grandma's street is like dark. It's like spooky. There's trees.
That's funny. Yeah.
So my cousins, they would like after Halloween, whatever, I'll be in the house and I'd be sitting down and they'd start telling me the La Llorona story.
Yeah.
And then one of them would sneak up behind my chair and go under it and grab me by the feet.
Oh,
that's-
wow.
And I
Traumatized.
So many people's worst fear, yeah.
And then I grew
That's
up and then
great.
I started
That's
doing it
so
to my
funny.
younger cousins.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Hurt people hurt people.
We always
Right.
torture,
Okay.
yeah.
It's that cycle
our
of
kids with
abuse.
This stuff, yeah.
It's a
But yeah.
cycle that never ending.
Yeah.
D Livewire, what up, my boy?
Hi, did
By the
that
way,
wire?
I watched the episode back in D Livewire. Last episode, I said, "Hey, there you are," but you were the first to comment. I just didn't see it. So now I know. I want you to know that I knew that you were there the whole time.
Nice.
So appreciate it.
It was
but
just kidding.
yes, it was a joke.
was
So
a good joke.
let's start with the spooks and the scares.
Sure.
Let's get into it. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, we can jump right into it.
Jump in.
So you'd be surprised how many doorways to hell there are. There are.
That's a hell of a
There's
sentence.
quite a few, which is either scary or obvious, depending on your view of the world and how things can progressively get scarier in recent days. So one that I found that I thought was extremely interesting is a doorway that sits within a spooky castle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what this totally gave me,
Castle.
it's called Huska Castle and it's in the Czech Republic. But what made it so spooky to me is we did an episode about the Conjureverse.
Yeah.
And one of the movies that we
Fun
talked about,
episode.
was The Nun. Of
course.
Right? And one of the plot of The Nun is that these nuns all have to pray in this ancient, or not ancient, but inside of this medieval castle that was turned into like a rectory. This is that place.
Erected into a rectory.
Yeah, this is that place for sure. So this castle in the Czech Republic, it's near Prague. What makes it so spooky, just to begin with, is first of all, the windows are all fake. It looks like it has windows, but they're just bricked up. So from the
Creepy.
outside, why would you have that, right?
So from the outside, it looks like there's windows.
Yeah, it
and
looks like a
inside
pleasant
they're
place.
bricked up.
Yep, it's just bricks.
So there
There
you're
is
They're
none.
like
stuck
here.
in this.
Yeah, so it's a dark castle with no windows.
Okay.
Another strange thing about it is there's no
There's a
fortifications
doorway to
around
hell.
the outside. So it wasn't like they built it to withstand a siege or anything. So that makes it kind of a strange build. Why would you build a castle that has no formidable defenses?
Yeah.
The defenses it did have, the cannons, were facing towards it, not outwards.
So
Literally,
it's like in self-destruct mode.
It would lead you to believe that it was not meant to keep people out. It was meant to keep something else in.
Right.
And to
Creepy.
destroy whatever that is should it get out.
It sounds like the Nun.
It does sound exactly like the Nun, right? So this Czech castle, with no windows and cannons built to face towards it, had no stairs to the bottom level. So you couldn't get to it easily. There was no access to it. And why would that be? It's because at the bottom of this castle, on the ground floor, there is a hole. And it goes so deep, no one knows actually how deep it goes. And
No one knows?
No one knows. They've tried to figure it out, but it never goes well.
No one came back to
And
tell the story.
that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So
you got to
originally-
drop a penny and then or a stone and then you count how long.
Well, I'll tell you what they tried. So originally there was a wood structure built around it because the villages nearby said that things were coming out of this hole that goes deep into the earth
What?
and would drag people into it. And
Drag
the
Me to
things
Hell.
that came out
That's where
weren't
Sam
human.
Raimi came up with the movie Drag Me to Hell.
Maybe so. So we got The Nun based on, Drag Me to Hell based on it. But literally, not humans. They would say like these partial human animal hybrid type creatures
yuck.
at night would come out of this hole and grab you and drag you. So they built like this wood structure around it, which was later turned into a castle with no stairs, with cannons facing towards it. So they took this very seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. It has a deeper history, but I got a video I wanted to watch with you guys that talks about one of the experiments they did try to figure out what's down there. So this is something they really believed in. There was something evil in this hole. So you got the timestamp is 2 minutes 30 seconds.
2:30 heard?
Yeah. So this gives you a little bit of background, and then, yeah, one of the experiments they tried.
Okay.
Of a bottomless pit in the land where the castle now sits. A pit so deep that no
You might
one
turn
could
it up a bit.
foresee the bottom.
That's Max. That's why I'm
It
curious.
was
That's
said that animal-human hybrids would emerge from the hole when darkness fell. Creatures stalked the earth and skies, hunting down anyone who was unfortunate enough to be within their sight.
That's
The
Max.
beasts would then drag their prey into the depths, where they were never.
There's strange paintings on the walls in
During
there.
the castle's construction,
Of animal
prisoners who had
hybrids.
been condemned to die
So here-
were offered a pardon if they consented to being lowered by a rope into the hole.
So stop it there for a second.
Ooh,
So just to
what?
make sure because if it's hard to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very quiet.
Criminals sentenced to death were offered pardons if you would be lowered into the hole, and then they'd bring you back up, so you could tell them what's down there.
Sure.
They wanted to know what's causing all of
Wow.
these strange happenings, and why don't we know how deep it goes? And nobody ever comes back. So these people were condemned to die anyway. Full pardon, freedom if you let them lower you down and bring you back up. That's crazy, and there's there's records of
That's
this
sorta
happening more
smart,
than
though.
once, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, one guy said, "Yeah, I'll freaking do it," and more than one tried it. But here's what happened to this guy. Go ahead.
What they see.
Sorry it's so quiet,
A
guys.
young prisoner volunteered and was lowered.
Yeah, that's weird.
He went silent for what felt like an
The
eternity.
video's too low. I'll just tell the story. So if
Yeah,
you couldn't hear
please.
it,
I'm sorry.
Basically,
Yeah.
they lowered a prisoner who agreed for the pardon to be lowered in. They lowered it, and he kept going down. Finally, he's lowered down and starts screaming in terror to be pulled back up. So they're like, "Oh, okay, he must have seen something." So they pull him back up. When they pull him up, he's aged about 30 years. He's completely white hair, old man now. They lowered a young man down there, and now he's 30 years, looking about 30 years
what?
older. Skin's all wrinkled, hair's white, and he's stark raving mad. They have to commit him
Stark
to a
raving
mental
mad.
institution.
Yeah.
Within a few days, he dies. So whatever he saw down there, it was like the Holy Grail in the Last Crusade. Like it aged him almost to death. And then he did eventually die in madness. Whatever it was drove him crazy. And this
Nuts.
happened more than once. Another interesting story about this same place.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy, right?
Okay.
That's how the legend goes. And there was more than one person supposedly that they had done this experiment
So
with.
he went down there and saw something so terrifying. It's what is that? You said it's where like they look at it and they age.
Like the Holy Grail from
Yeah,
Last Crusade.
that's it. Yeah.
He drinks from the wrong cup, right? It
Yeah.
ages him.
Yeah.
All his hair falls out and stuff. So that's what it made me think of. So what could that be?
Dude, what?
There's some weird stories about this place. At one point, it was
And
occupied.
where is it
In the
located?
Czech Republic, right outside of Prague.
Course
But it's in the middle of
it
nowhere.
is.
And
There's
what is the name of it? Say it again.
Huska Castle.
Huska Castle.
There's no water source nearby. There's no kitchen area. It wasn't built to live in. It wasn't built to defend or to retreat to and siege for siege purposes. It wasn't built for people to stay there. It was literally built to protect this hole and to guard it and to stop whatever was down there from getting out.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw his wife and kids down there and it aged him.
Yeah. So we talked about the occult.
Yeah, that happens
Right,
on Earth.
yeah,
You
that
don't really go in a hole for that.
Like, oh, I was in prison. At least I didn't have to deal with this.
Right?
And
Yeah.
the age is 30 years.
Yeah.
So in the 1200s, we talked about in our occult episode, there was this magic revival around the 1200s
Yeah.
where there was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people practicing the occult and reading grimoires and trying to do magic. During this same time period, this castle was retrofitted and stairs were added. And there was this group of marauders and mercenaries that took up the castle and would operate out of the castle and attack villages and steal and kill people, and they were awful. But the leader of this group practiced the occult, And he believed that, and that the reason they took up in this castle to begin with was because of the power that was within it. Nobody truly understood what it was. And because he was an occultist, he practiced all kinds of black magic and did all kinds of rituals trying to figure out the key to eternal life. And his guys were so brutal to the villagers around the area that there was a bounty put on his head. And eventually hunters did kill him by shooting arrows at the castle and eventually hitting him and killing him. But he was an alchemist trying to create eternal life potions and doing occult rituals.
Yeah, he would have fit on our last episode. Jeez.
Yeah, so that would have been good for that. But so there is some power there that people believe they can harness if they could do it right. Who else believed in this was the Germans in World War II.
I was going to say, of course.
Himmler used to
It's
rituals here.
pronounced hit. I'm just kidding.
His guy, the leader of his crazy group of nutcases, they were very deep in the occult. That whole army, right? At the top levels, they were into the occult. And they went to this castle and they did dark rituals in there. They thought that if they could harness the power of this portal to hell, that would help them win the war. So some people think that the rituals could have opened up the doorway to something very evil, or that there was already evil there and it just made it worse. But my favorite story about this place, because it's right up the alley of all the stuff I love, is in the 1800s, there was this traveler who came across the castle and decided to spend the night in it.
Ooh.
And when he spends the night in the castle, he believes it to be a dream because he wasn't sure if this truly happened or not. But in his dream, he finds the hole at the bottom of the castle. And he writes a letter to his friend, and this is how we know the account. So in this dream, he finds the hole and blacks out. When he wakes up, he's in the year 2006 in Prague. And how does he know what year it is? Is when he wakes up in Prague, he comes across, and he's like, it's a horrible mechanized world. He said that there were machinery and things everywhere, things that he, obviously in the 1800s, they had never seen before. But he called it a mechanized world, which is interesting because we know in 2006, there was tons of machinery around. And especially if you were building complexes and houses, that you would see all kinds of mechanized equipment that you didn't understand.
Yeah.
So he said it was a scary, cold, mechanized world. And he came across a young girl who showed him moving pictures on a small casket, he called it. This was written in the 1800s. That sounds very close.
Written down in the 1800s?
Yeah.
Someone talking about a fucking smartphone, basically?
Basically. He was so this girl goes... It was like a small casket with moving pictures. And this girl said it's the year 2006. He said he traveled through the hills of Prague, and it was just filled with these houses and rooms illuminated by yellow light. Yeah. Right? This is the early 1800s, before electricity and before houses had electricity in their homes. So this might have been, the yellow light could have been electricity. So if this was just a dream, it predicted smartphones and houses and apartment complexes, because it was houses stacked on top of each other with yellow lighting.
And full use of
this was in the 1800s. It's full on time travel story, right? When he awoke from the dream, he was back in the 1800s, and he believed it to be, if it wasn't a dream, somehow he traveled to a world that was hit with some sort of catastrophic event that caused it to be this cold, mechanized place with this advanced technology. But it might just be the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that's crazy.
You keep getting blurry. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But that was my favorite because I love time travel stuff. We also got some cool World War II history here. So I wish the video was a little louder. But yeah, the idea that somebody was lowered into a portal and that this place was built just to protect this evil. It's awesome. So that's a cool one.
That is a cool one.
I got more. You guys ready?
Dude.
Hopefully everything's good in the chat. Let us know if we're freezing up or anything, just so we can deal with it if we have to. So yeah, like I said, there's tons of portals to hell out there. Another story that I found, this is an old story. We might have talked about it on the show in the past, maybe not. But have you heard about the hole that the Soviets dug to hell? This was
No.
in Siberia. You guys haven't heard this one?
No.
This is such a good
heard this?
story.
Hear about this?
It's a
Hear about
great freaking story. So in the 1970s, Soviet scientists went to Siberia and started drilling into the earth. The goal being, we want to learn more about the earth's crust and try and see how far we can go, because we've never dug past the crust of the earth, right? No one ever has. And in the 70s, they were trying to dig and find out more about the planet. They dig about 8 miles down when they hit an opening that they weren't expecting, or that wasn't supposed to be there as far as they knew. They hit this big cavity. And when they do, all of their instrumentation shows that not only is there a hole that's not supposed to be there, but the temperature is 2,200 degrees. So it's extremely hot down there, and it wasn't supposed to be.
2,200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And as soon as they hit that cavity, they start hearing sounds coming from the hole. And the sounds are grim. And they're not sure exactly what it is. Could it just be wind or vibrations or the... So they lower scientific equipment down and some microphones to hear and again record what the sounds are in this cavity 8 miles down in the earth. So I have a video. We'll play that next. And it's 22 seconds in.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to go through this equipment. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But
Oh,
yeah,
shucks. Shuckaroos. Chat, you got to let us know what's going on here. All right. It's next vid, and what is the TS?
22 seconds. Just so you know, this is one of the most terrifying things ever.
Really?
Yep.
The Soviet Union drilled a hole more than 12 kilometers deep in Siberia, which shares borders with Norway and Finland. The project to drill into the Earth's surface began in the 1970s when Soviet scientists wanted to learn more about the Earth's crust. Over 2 decades, they managed to dig more than 7.5 miles down into the Earth. The drill
Crazy,
broke
dude.
through into a cavity, and the scientists lowered some equipment to see what was down there. An extremely heat-tolerant microphone, along with other sensory equipment, were lowered into the well. The temperature was
Oh.
about 1,100
I've heard
degrees
this
centigrade,
audio.
about 2,000 degrees
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. But the real
It's
shocker
hell.
was the
Yeah.
disturbing sound that was
So
recorded.
here, yeah, but this
They
has
only
the audio.
got about 17 seconds of audio before the microphone melted, but it was 17 horrifying seconds of the screams of the damned.
Literally
The
is what it sounds
screams
like. Yeah.
of the hell.
It plays
They
it?
think they broke through to hell.
Yeah.
And it does play the sounds. Get ready, guys.
Mind you, this is
8 miles under the earth.
a recording coming from 8 miles in the earth. They had heat
Resistant mics, yeah.
microphones. And this is the sound they're picking up.
Imagine.
No thanks.
And then
That
burns
is
up.
horrifying.
Isn't that horrifying?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
My skin just curled and like my stomach just dropped.
So,
That is
yeah.
so scary.
That is scary, man.
That's 8 miles below us.
Right. So, and like I
And
said,
there's openings
an
to this
opening
place?
that there wasn't supposed to
Oh
be.
my god!
In India, real quick,
Yeah.
if I may, in India, they were recording. There's this hole that these people found,
Yeah.
and somebody like was just walking by and they heard something, and they lifted like these pieces up and they got to it, and it's like sort of like this manhole, and you just hear like straight up like screaming. Where's my
Yeah.
screen? That's not it. Here it is.
Yeah, just like
Just like
death
straight
screams.
up like
People being tortured.
couldn't be any other noise. It was like and help. It was coming from
Yeah.
like this manhole. It could have been people fucking with them, but dude, how creepy.
There are tons of ancient civilizations
horrifying.
that
It's the worst.
believed that the underworld was a place that you could access. And a lot of them built tunnels to the underworld. That's what they were. They were marked that way. And they would, pictographs showing exactly where this tunnel would lead. And a lot of these tunnels, there was one just found a few years ago under the Temple of the Moon, an old
Temple
Aztec
of the
temple. And again, they don't know how
Temple of
far it goes. It's just a deep hole, and it's marked as a doorway to the underworld.
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
Freaking
Emma Soul.
I heard
It's a
a
doorway
joke
to
the
hell.
other day.
Bullshit.
What happened?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You're lying.
No.
And it's offensive. What's
I
up?
know.
Go.
No, someone said, "Oh, if I was sent to hell, the devil would send me to heaven and say you need Jesus."
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
You know what I'm
It
gonna
was
do?
funnier the way they told
I
it to
like
me,
it.
but that was just the way.
Yeah.
That's great. Hold on, let me go
like
grab
it.
some.
Okay. So yeah, that is terrifying. The audio of that.
That was really
the
scary.
idea that they get. So there's other legends around this, and obviously all progress was halted at that point, and they stopped digging. This is the way the
Right.
story goes. Some of the guys that worked on site said that when they broke through to that cavity, that a huge pile of smoke, a column of smoke, came out in the shape of like a bat or a demon or something. So there's more to the legend from the people that were there. They say that it was an obvious opening to something evil, to darkness. And this hole in this castle might have been tapping into that same energy or that same place. Or we did a whole Inner Earth episode. So depending on where you stand on what's really beneath the ground, we don't know. Scientifically, we haven't gotten there. We haven't seen it with our own eyes.
They're
It's a
so
lot.
scared to go into the. We're looking into space.
Right, yeah. As above, so below. Who knows what's actually going on? So that's a scary one. It made me think of the Euphrates River and everything that's going on there. We had touched on this a while back, I think on a Crash Talk, but the Euphrates River is drying up. And in the book of Revelations, they
really
talk
sad.
about these
Euphrates.
fallen angels that were imprisoned
You
under,
mentioned
under the
that
Euphrates.
last episode.
Angels in prison.
No, I didn't.
Euphrates?
Fallen angels, right?
Didn't you mention that?
No,
Oh.
it was a while back in like a Crash Talk or something.
Wasn't it last Crash Talk? Or the
No.
one before that? Anyway,
Promise.
go on.
I
Euphrates.
promise. So that's what this made me think of is, so now that the Euphrates is drying up, they're finding all of these old caves and doorways and openings and
Maybe it was a phone call we had.
and relics under the Euphrates River that they didn't normally have access to because there was water there. But those sounds, and again, if you take the Bible literally, that fallen angels were imprisoned under the Euphrates, and that when the Euphrates dries up, this is the prophecy.
creepy. What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, when the Euphrates dries up, they'll be able to get out, and that's the beginning of the end of the world.
Oy.
So I have a video, someone that
Of the
actually
end of the
went
world.
to the Euphrates and held up their phone to record what they were hearing from these cavities under the Euphrates.
Do you
And
see
it's
how you're all
freaky.
blurry? No, you're back. But watch, you get all blurry.
Okay, I'll
Just
keep an
watch.
eye on it.
See how it keeps doing it? Look.
As soon as I look away, it does it. That's funny.
Yeah.
But
Don't
yeah,
ever
play
look
this video.
away. I'm going to.
So yeah, that's what,
Euphrates.
that's
What's
what this
the
reminded
timestamp?
me of. 30 seconds. Or no.
Have the noise
No, there is none. Just play it.
2 seconds.
Sure.
22 seconds.
Images of the 4 fallen angels bound underneath the Euphrates River been recorded, or maybe the scorpion-type beast that will be released from the earth when the bottomless pit is opened in Revelation 9. Video recently has surfaced of what's
Could you
allegedly
imagine actual giant
archaeologists
scorpions being
digging at the
released? It's
Euphrates
like the
River
worst
site
case
where it's been
scenario.
dug
Yeah, what
up.
the fuck?
The video claims
Can
to
I
have
imagine?
recorded
No.
the noises
Yeah.
of these fallen angels or the beasts that are trapped within the bottomless pit. I'll play this video and then we'll look more deeply into it.
So listen to this. Sounds like chains.
What
Something
the
chained up down there.
fudge?
What?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Imagine if something just jumped at me.
Yeah, right?
I would just cover that hole.
Yeah.
Let's dig that. Let's just cement over it and move on.
Right.
And the chain sounds are scary too.
Yeah, that's like
there's actually something
it's
chained
hell.
up down
It's
there.
hell.
Oh my god.
Right?
Oh.
It's like a beast chained up. It's hell. All right.
So, taking it
Jesus.
one step further, did you guys see the actual petrified angel that they found? And they were digging in these coal quarries. You haven't heard about this? This happened several months ago, and it goes right in line with this will be my last video that we'll look at, but it goes right in line with all of these openings or changes that are happening. So not only is the Euphrates drying up as Revelations predicted, and that now there's these cavities being opened up or being revealed with these
Yeah.
strange noises, But when they were mining out, I think this is again in Russia, they found what looks like a statue, but it looks too alive to be a statue of a fallen angel. And I want you to look at this and tell me if you think this is just a statue that someone carved, or if it looks like an actual fallen angel that had somehow been entombed or turned to stone. So that's the next video, and it's at 30 seconds. This stuff is all so creepy, dude.
It's giving me the EBGB.
Right?
Yeah.
So the great
What is it?
30 seconds.
Shady Records was 80 seconds away from
And this
them
has all
towers
been
and
like
cowards.
happening like right after another, all this stuff.
You would think like in the cavities, it'd be like, can we transport some water
31 should be
here
fine.
so the river
hear
doesn't
about
run?
Today. Here's the clip of the construction workers that unearthed the
Yeah, look at
statue
they're
of the
all like,
fallen angel.
ooh, taking pictures with it. But it's so freaking scary looking.
Вот это да. Короче, разрыли экскаватором такую, ну я скажу, эмоции просто не рассказать. Душа куда-то аж упрыгивает.
Look at the detail in the face. It looks like a
Не знаю,
person.
конечно, не описать.
Doesn't look like a statue.
Это просто не рассказать. Почему?
Look at how huge it is.
Что это такое? Ну там сейчас на вертолете
I'm
прилетят.
not seeing the size.
It's on
Все
its
эти дела, и вот
knees and
пока
it's taller than
Oh,
men.
Приехали
wow,
все эти
yeah,
товарищи.
okay.
Мы вот тут с ребятами
You'll see them standing next to it in a second. They're just trying to show it.
I get it. Yeah.
вырвались. Ребята,
Even
это,
getting near it, and it has
ребята,
a
это вообще
sword
трындец.
and a
Какие
shield.
эмоции.
It's dope.
Yeah, it looks like a legit phone. Look at it. They're like, look at what we
Денис, сними
found.
меня.
How exciting.
Where did they find this?
It's a coal mine when they were just digging.
They dug this
They
up in a
dug it
coal
up.
mine.
Yeah. Look at that.
Well, you can tell
Yeah, you can keep playing and maybe help
right
zoom
off
in
the
a little
bat that
bit.
this really seems genuine, that these
Look
guys
at
just
this.
randomly dug this thing up at their gravel pit
Yeah.
at the construction
the
site.
face.
And the more you think about it, it really is quite a strange thing to come across. I mean, the detail in this statue is pretty defined. You hear the man record.
Dude, that
Doesn't it
face
look like
is-
They made a
something
call
turned to stone?
Somebody in the
Yes.
helicopter is coming to pick the thing up, which in
The face
past
is creepy.
Like
we
the
look at just the
drapery
history of the
of
Smithsonian.
the.
Oh yeah, the outfit and everything.
Yes.
It looks like something that was turned to stone, not something that was made out of stone.
No.
It's way too realistic. And this, who knows how ancient it is, or if it's made, who made it, and why?
Yeah.
But that thing looks like it could just shake off some, concrete and look at you like,
yeah.
it look- and
like
it's
you hear
massive.
a but then it's just right. Yeah, that's terrifying.
yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
That's some
I
scary
dig
stuff.
stuff like that. That's why. Like, dude, remember the show Gargoyles?
yeah,
I was just gonna say gargoyles
Dude, the
too.
best.
yeah, that's true.
Like
I loved that.
daytime, hey, they're stone, but at night.
Yeah, I wonder what became of that thing, but what a creepy little thing that is.
So the show got canceled in '97. Yeah.
But yeah, so again, tons of different doorways, tons of ancient civilizations believe they have them, and reports around the world. But these are by far the creepiest ones that I could find.
Yeah.
This hole in Russia with the sound
Oh my
recordings,
god, those sounds.
and the castle built to hold in whatever evil is in that hole.
Yeah.
And when they lower people down, they go mad. Doorways to the
Jared?
underworld.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Creepsville.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
0 kilobytes per second. Yay! Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Exciting stuff.
Those noises.
Yeah, scary stuff, dude.
I don't know, I'm
Scary
gonna dream
stuff.
about those noises.
I know the noises are very creepy.
So,
Oof.
2 questions. One, do you have scary on your TikTok liked recents? Scary vids?
No,
No, that's okay.
I don't think so.
It's all right. But okay, ready? I have a question.
Yeah.
Princess.
Yes.
First, what's the scariest movie of all time, in your opinion? Scariest movie you've ever seen? Jared, first. Scariest movie you've ever seen?
I think originally Paranormal Activity
I knew you were
was
gonna say
scary
that, yeah.
because I
It's a
thought it was
spook-
true.
It's a spook fest.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
thought it's not true?
Oh, it's not, no. And the fourth
It's a
kind.
film with like 7 sequels.
Okay, you guys keep telling me about the fourth kind. I
Yeah.
still need to watch it.
That was one because again, I thought it was real. I thought the footage we were seeing of that woman being
Of
interviewed
course.
was true. I thought this was, and the video from the police dash cam of the saucer going over the house and taking the little girl.
Yeah.
that looked so real.
Oh
to
no,
me.
it's all terrifying for sure.
Yeah, so I thought that was because that's something you can do nothing about.
I really don't watch scary movies, but I love Paranormal Activity.
That's
Isn't that
great.
weird?
Those are so good.
Maybe because I love
All
like
of 'em.
Paranormal Activity stuff.
Yeah,
But then you
But-
should love most like Poltergeist and stuff,
No,
right?
no. I've seen Exorcist.
Well, ready? Have you seen Poltergeist?
no.
Yeah, so you don't know if you like it or not.
yeah.
might
Paranormal
love
it.
Activity
Saw is kind of.
is so gory.
That's just torture porn.
The
Yeah,
one
it's
that
cool.
got me the most, I was in middle school.
Okay.
I was definitely stoned, maybe a little tipsy.
Okay.
Don't underage drink. I was watching Jeepers Creepers.
What'd you
Okay, I
get
could
them
see that being
peepers?
scary as a kid.
Jeepers
Like I was so
Where'd
I
you
got
get
like
them eyes?
anxiety watching it. It freaked me out.
Really, the least scary film
Yeah.
ever. It's like the campiest, funniest horror movie.
That's funny.
It's so silly.
What about like hilarious? He's like, oh, I thought movie was so funny. I love a Toy Story 4. It's so funny. The little guy make me laugh so much. It's so genius.
Wait, he does an impression of Putin watching Toy
Chucky,
Story.
yeah,
Watching
no, Chucky.
Chucky.
Putin calls it Toy Story 4,
Oh, that's
and he
funny.
says it's funny.
it,
Like he's laughing
That's
because
so
it's so
funny.
Yeah.
Because to him that's funny.
It's nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, so that I thought
This
that
is a
was
sick
cheap.
one.
It's just good material. Yeah.
Chase. Oh,
Okay,
somebody's
so
in the
yeah, at
comments.
least so the chat is working. We got
Yeah,
some,
I know. No, everyone's like, "Hey, OG Groot."
I'd love to hear in the
Never
chat what
said
you
another
think
word.
about some of the
Gateways
portals
to hell.
Yeah.
People,
And
what
do you
don't
think
you
about that angel?
understand?
Is that a fallen angel that turned to stone?
None of those are in the U.S., right? Those are
No,
all-
no,
Phew.
no.
Yeah.
They come from some country. I don't know. I just did an impression of.
Yeah.
Well, we know the angel was found in
Romania.
Russia, right?
Yeah, the portal to hell that they dug was in Russia,
Mother
and
Russia.
then in the Czech Republic is where that castle sits. So that's creepy.
So, Jared,
So
scariest
not
movie you've
going
ever
there.
seen?
I said Paranormal Activity and the fourth kind both scare me until I knew they weren't real.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
when I believed them to be actual footage of some real people,
You pissed your
I was like, this is the
pants.
best evidence of all time.
about
They,
the Blair
they've done
Witch
it.
Project?
They've proved it.
Yeah, I
That one was kind of scary too.
yeah, it was.
Halloween didn't scare me, Michael Myers, until like I was at the age where kind of like middle school age, it actually did scare me. Michael Myers became like the scariest slasher
Because
character
as
to
kids,
me.
we're like, geez.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
kind of like, whatever. We know it's fake. It's
I'm
BS. Your
fearless
parents
when I'm
always tell you,
cute.
no, it's just catch up or whatever. But once you
Yeah.
get self-aware
Mom,
enough
liar.
that you think like, oh, this could actually happen. Some guy could just bust in and chop you up or stick you to the wall. That's where it gets scary.
That's Michael Myers
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cameron,
Good
what's
question,
the scariest
yeah.
movie you've ever
I thought you were
seen?
just offering
Thank
up.
you. No, I was, but actually, shit, I spoke too soon. I actually haven't thought of it. Let me think of it. Scariest movie I've ever seen. Oh, shoot, dude, The Sixth Sense really scared me. I mentioned this before.
Yeah.
That movie
Oh
really
yeah, you
spooked
were
me out.
scared of that. I remember that.
Yeah. There's one that's like huge that I'm not.
Pink
Scary movies
Ghost
I'm missing.
Was scary.
That was fun. I loved
That's
that
a
movie.
I
great
liked
movie.
it though.
90s horror movies are the best, man.
The
They
Ring
had the
and
coolest
the
stuff.
Exorcist
The Ring.
get me.
The Ring. Thank you.
Ring is-
The Ring is the other movie
Ring
that
is
fucking
terrifying.
got
That's
me.
the
That
girl
got me
goes
too.
all, "Ugh."
I still don't watch them.
Oh,
I won't watch
really?
the whole thing. I'll look away.
Just gonna
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm going to get a phone call.
And it says hello. Isn't that the beginning? One of the beginnings of Scream 4?
It might be.
Oh, it is. It's the Lucy Hale. one.
yeah, that's a
yeah.
great one. Yeah, she goes, oh, that's for
It's
you.
for you. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
It's a Scream 4, dude. That's why it's my second
It's
favorite
brilliant.
after the first.
Yeah.
If you want to know my favorite Screams, just go watch the
Yeah.
Screamverse movie.
Oh, yeah, we did a deep dive.
We did a deep dive. You know what else is scary?
Yeah.
Thanks for the hearts, guys. Love
Yeah.
you. This is scary right here. Possibly. I haven't seen it.
Oh, we never watched that ghost
It's
video
an
I told you about.
Airbnb owned by a young lady.
No,
the
we
young
will.
lady assures
Yeah.
the police officers that there is no one in the house, and that when she arrived home from shopping, the front door was opened.
Great.
At
That's
first,
never a
it
good
seems
sign.
like an empty house, but as the officer moves on, unexplained things begin to happen. As he heads up the stairs, watch this bedroom door. It seems to open all by itself.
Even as a cop, you'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did you see it? As he rounds the corner, this door is already moving and already opening. He's immediately rushed by footsteps. running
There's nothing
towards
here.
him.
We're going.
But
Yeah.
when he turns, there's no
Oh,
one
Claire,
there.
yeah. Let's get out of here. Oh fuck no.
Oh no.
Something ran at him. That's the scariest thing ever. You hear something
It's
run
an
at you, but there's nothing
Airbnb
there.
owned by a young lady. The young lady assures the police officer.
That's
These are the
scary.
3
That's
real
awful.
rules to
Yeah.
survive Ohio. Number 3.
Ohio.
If you live in Ohio,
Yeah, what?
never go into the woods looking for monsters. You'll find them. Number 2, if you're crossing Lake Erie and something
You'll find
huge
'em.
swims
Yeah.
up alongside your boat,
Ooh, let me see.
keep going until you're
I'm gonna
safely
get that
in Canada.
because there was
And
one I
number
wanted
1,
to show you
if you're
last
visiting
week we
Ohio,
didn't get to.
never open and close your closet door 3 times at midnight. If you do, quickly hide under your bed, and whatever happens, do not open your eyes. Good luck.
How
These
many
are the
times do
3
you think
real.
people tried that? Like, it's 12 a.m. Let me go to my closet and open it 3
yeah.
times at night under the bed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm totally opening and closing. Well,
well, what?
and I probably do that at 12
Did you
out
do
here.
the Bloody Mary when you were a kid? All
I
that
did.
stuff?
I did it in Albuquerque, and we did it inside in my elementary school when it was closed. We like snuck in. It was terrifying. It
You
was
did
so
it-
scary.
You did. What's it called? Bloody Mary in your school?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a whack job.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade.
When it's closed after, yeah, you're
Yeah,
a
that does
wacko.
sound
I
actually
was with my
extremely
cousins.
scary.
My cousins.
Okay,
were
yeah.
Scary influences. There was the
I got
same
it queued
ones
up.
that did La Llorona.
On my TikTok, it's the most recent liked video. Dude, if this is real, this is horrifying. This guy seems like he's trying to deal with it the best way he can, but it just looks so freaking, it's like some of the best evidence ever.
Really?
Yeah, here you go. This is it. This is one of the scariest ghost videos ever.
All right. Well, let's get to it. All right. You ready?
Yeah, dude. I've been wanting to show you this for a while.
I know you have.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Can you get it now?
And the poor kid is like, can you get the ghost out? Yeah, he has to like have conversations with it.
Can you stop, please? It's just right there. That's new.
So the chair
Okay.
is moving now on its own. Look at this.
It's super laggy, everybody's saying. It's loud as shit. Jesus.
Whatever
my
you are,
goodness.
you gotta go.
That's kind of how you try to deal with it, right? Is can you please just go? Stop banging, please. We got my family
I
here.
don't like that.
Yeah, just lock or shut the
I
door
don't
on
like
him.
that at all. Goodbye. It is right there this time.
So check it out. Look at the chair.
Hello? Hey, no.
The dog's like
Hey.
barking at it,
Oh my
and then it just
goodness.
disappears. Yeah,
I didn't even see it.
It
Hold
was
on.
sitting in the
God.
chair,
Did
dude.
you
Look.
see that?
And the dog tries to go up to it. It disappeared.
Hello?
I have my glasses.
Hey, no. No, stay there. Hey.
Oh, that's not a
No
person.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's okay.
Very good.
No,
Watch
no, no.
this.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing.
He's trying to tell.
Been doing this all morning and I don't have time.
He's
for
getting
this today.
pissed now because it's so often.
Yeah.
Stop.
Enough is enough. Sure.
Hey, bud.
Dad.
Paper towels, and we'll just let the phone roll.
Nope.
Oh my god. Does he not have sage? Like,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. We gotta do something.
He's out of it. He burnt sage. He burnt all the
Calm
sage.
down. He's okay.
Ugh.
Please,
Look, you see kind of like a shadow down there.
just holy cow.
And he looks frustrated, like it looks legit.
Yeah, it looks pretty legit.
Little buddy.
Happy
calls
teacher
it
mom, what's
little buddy.
up?
Days like today.
Dude, to hell.
Calls
That
it
is
little buddy.
crazy.
Later in the video, when he tries to close the door, it stands right in front of the door when he tries to close it, and so he just gives up.
What do you mean later? I thought we just watched.
No,
the
there's
goddamn
there was
thing.
like a couple seconds left. He goes back to the door, but when he
No, it restarted.
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe we
we
just
couldn't
missed
see
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like standing right there,
That's
the shadow.
intense, man.
Yeah, dude. Imagine dealing with that every day.
Oh,
Buddy.
Yeah, when you can see it,
I
you can
can
see it walk up the stairs every
Yeah.
time. It's so scary.
That's wow.
Yeah.
So, two things. First, audience, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For always being here. I'm so sorry about the lag. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna get a new router. I pay good money to have good Mbps, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know what changed. It was all good. Now it's not. And your camera is like going in and out, so it's upsetting me.
Yeah.
The producer side of me is like, see, it's doing it.
Try not to focus on it.
Yeah, but the entertainer side of me is also furious. No, so yeah, chat, sound off. That's how I know I'm alive, via the chat, or else I feel like I'm not a person. Also, I have a video I've been working so immensely hard on, and Jared can tell you about this. He knows I've been working nonstop on this goddamn thing.
Yeah, should be fun though.
It should be good.
For it to drop.
It's gonna be early next week.
Yeah.
And it should, I'm sure it'll be done by early next week. That's my goal, is to have it done by the weekend, by early end of this week. I don't know what I'm talking about. End of this week, and I'm very excited because it's a fun video, and I hope you guys like it. But also, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. I'm so sorry about this. It's freezing, and I'll make sure I fix it so we don't have to deal with it ever again.
Don't let it happen again.
Yeah, and so we got some more scary videos we can watch, but I want to tell a little spooky story of my own.
Go for it.
So it is demons and doorways, and one doorway that a demon uses are us. We're the vessel. We are the doorways for the demons.
Which is a scary thought.
Which is a horrifying thought. I'm talking about possession, of course, right? So I've gone over this before, where we, I broke down in one of my segments talking about exorcists and exorcisms, right? So I want to talk about. I was going to talk about the young boy, who nobody knows his name, but he goes by like Jason Doe or something.
Okay.
The one where the Exorcist is based on. But instead, I went for a different person, and I'll explain if there's any references to any movies at the end, so nobody call anything out.
Okay.
But if you recognize it. So there's a young lady named Annalise Michelle in 1960 something. She was born, right?
Yeah.
And so she's described as a fun-loving sweetheart of a little gal, right? Just a delight to be around. First, she has this fit where it's almost like she's having a seizure and she loses consciousness, right? And she explains that she felt like there was something on her while she was in bed, like pressing down on her.
Yeah.
Which is very reminiscent of, sleep paralysis stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so why is your camera
Which they
doing that?
believed, was a demon sitting on you. And that's what those paintings where they have like demons on your chest
So
and
yeah,
stuff
like
to
sleep
represent
paralysis,
sleep
we've
paralysis.
talked the hag, we talked about the Hat Man.
Yeah.
And there's the hag, and there's all those,
Yeah.
creepy things. So
What is that?
yeah, so this girl, she has this sleep paralysis, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? And then she has another fit. So they bring her to a doctor, right? And they do a brain scan. They're like, we don't see anything wrong with this girl. Let me actually pull up a picture of her.
Yeah, that's freaking creepy, dude.
Oh no. Spoilers. Spoilers all around. All right, so here's the beautiful Annalise Michelle at 16 years old. Okay, so
I don't. Can the audience see it?
no, hold on. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. And there it is. So here's the beautiful Annalise Michelle at 16 years of age.
Yeah.
And then
Looks like your normal 16-year-old in the 70s.
100%,
Yeah.
exactly right. Exactly right. So then so her first doctor visit, they're like, your brain scan, you're fine.
Yeah.
We don't know, nothing's wrong. You're not epileptic or anything that we could see. And then she goes 1970 for her third, right? And
So it's an ongoing issue.
yeah, so this is her third episode that she's had now. And so I can't even read that, I'm blind.
Poor kid.
What does that say? Prescribed?
Anticonvulsant.
So she, Oh, I thought it was the name of the drug. That's funny. Yeah, so she's prescribed an anticonvulsant to try and help her,
Okay.
right? And then her fourth episode, she's prescribed an psychotic, right? Yeah, and then
Which I'm sure that doesn't help.
no. So, well, it's so crazy. So on the third episode, the brain scan again showed normal activity.
Yeah.
And then on the fourth episode she had where it's getting progressively worse too, these seizures and
Yeah.
stuff.
Because as a doctor, what are you supposed to think, right?
Yeah.
Like, all you can do is prescribe what you think might fit the symptoms. There's so much guesswork.
That's their job.
Because no one's going to be like, oh, maybe there's something more to this in the realm of the mysterious and occult.
Especially as doctors.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
doctors
That's
aren't,
it, yeah.
So they're not very religious or spiritual,
Yeah.
for the most part. So they're like, oh, let's just go to the science part of it.
Unless you're Doctor Strange.
Right. So let's just go to the science part of it and give them some drugs.
Sure.
And it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
So after her third episode, her brain scan showed that she was fine, that it's still normal. But after her fourth brain scan, it showed mild irregularities.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, which is okay. That's the only time we've ever seen anything where it said, "Oh, there might be an issue here." Whatever.
Side effects to the antipsychotic may be brain irregularities.
Yeah. So, and then in 1973, it got even weirder. So Annalise would hear knocking in her bedroom,
Oh, no.
but her sisters would hear it as well.
Ah.
Creepy.
Evidence.
Yes. And she complained of seeing visions of demons. And creepy. And she also would complain of hearing a voice in her head.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it would say evil things.
And you would think you were going crazy.
Yep, and it even said, she said it was damning her to hell. The voice was damning her to hell.
Great.
Yeah, I know, right? So this poor girl.
Yeah. It's not a positive voice. It couldn't be like a demon that's like, you're going to do great on
Yeah.
your essay tomorrow.
Yeah, I see big things for you in
Yeah.
your future, kid.
Keep up the good work.
Keep it up. You're going to get your straight A's, maybe off to a great college one day. Now let's
Dress
get some
looks
good
great
night's
on you.
sleep.
Yeah,
I'm going to sleep on your chest. I know it's not comfortable.
but it's where I
But
usually
I'm
like to sleep.
comfy.
Yeah,
Positive affirmations in the mirror.
yeah,
Five.
yeah. Yeah, high five yourself. There you go. There we are.
Instead, it's, you're going to go to hell.
Yeah.
That's
A voice in your head damning you to
Yeah.
hell. Dude, fuck that voice. What a dick. Anyway. Yeah, no, you're going to hell. No, you're going to heaven. You like that? So
You need
her
Jesus.
her mother said that she witnessed her staring furiously, and these are quotes, at a statue they had of the Virgin Mary.
Like she was mad at it?
Staring furiously. So when her mother looked at her, her eyes were black,
Oh,
jet
no.
black. And here's the weirder part. She said she had claws and like paws. These paws with like giant claws on them.
Okay.
like,
So her
what?
hands turned into paws with claws.
While she's
Turning
staring
into
at
a
this
cat.
And she had
Virgin
black
Mary.
eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she described to doctors she felt that there was the devil inside of her. And a weird thing is, another thing sort of like the knocking, she would smell this terrible stench of like burnt feces,
Ooh.
but other people around her would smell it as well.
Okay. It's more
Yeah.
evidence.
So it's not like phantom smells from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
crazy person. Other people would smell it, just
That's
like
so
other people
freaking
heard the
weird,
knocks.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
creeps
How
still.
gross. They do
Yeah.
say like, there's like some weird, like rotting smells around this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So one of the neurologists told them to seek out a Jesuit, which is odd advice from a neurologist.
Yeah.
But the neurologist later claimed, "Oh, I never said that."
Huh.
Which I'm sure they're just like, "Oh yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
doesn't
I
look,
can't
look
prescribe
good."
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Pull
What
my
is a
license.
Jesuit?
It's like an official from the church, like in the church official. Yeah. And Dr. Luthi was the name of the guy, and he denied those claims. She's like, "No, I never said that." So they eventually found a priest named Father Alt.
Okay.
And in November of 73, shut up. A Freudian psychiatrist would say she has that she's neurotic with a possibility of epilepsy. but nobody could prove epilepsy. And
That causes you to be angry at the Virgin Mary or whatever and grow claws?
Exactly. And a neurologist would find she had epileptic patterns, but they could never prove that she had epilepsy. Right?
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. And it gets crazier. So they also switched her drugs to a stronger drug, to Tagritol, which is stronger than the previous one she was getting. And then in 1975, Annalise would worsen, unfortunately. So she barely slept. She would pray all night long. She would just sleep and pray.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, she would just stay awake and pray at night. And she started eating spiders and flies at this point.
Okay.
And sipping up her own urine off the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is getting rough.
She also destroyed any religious iconography, rosemaries, crucifixes, pictures of Jesus on the walls, any pictures they had in the home. She would destroy them. She also exhibited superhuman strength. She, quote, would throw her sister around like she was a rag doll.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and creepy too.
Yeah.
So there's also one time where they say she squeezed an apple so hard that it exploded. And I don't know if you ever tried to squeeze an apple. It's
hard.
It's
Yeah,
not easy.
come on.
There's no doing that.
Yeah.
Like any strong man, I don't think that they're even getting that done. So a priest named Father Rodewick, who was an expert in exorcisms, was convinced Annalise was possessed.
There
He
we
was like,
go,
This
yeah.
is possession, baby. And he finally got approval from a bishop to perform an exorcist. And
Good.
Father Rentz would be the one performing these exorcisms.
Did you ever see the Pope's Exorcist, that movie?
No, you told me about it though.
Dude, there's this great thing where, because, he has to suss out which is, a real possession or not. And he's super experienced at this. So one of the ways he would do it, he'd go in there and say things like, "Oh, do you know my name?" And if they didn't know his name, like, he would know that you're not a demon, because a demon would know my
demon
name.
knows.
Yeah, and he'd be like, I possess this boy. This boy has no power, no wealth, no, no station. Like,
'Cause I want
why would
to.
you-
Yeah,
Why would you,
yeah.
of all people? So I thought that's kind of a smart way to do it. And eventually he comes across a possessed person that does know his name, and that does and knows like a secret about him that he's never told anybody, something that happened to him during
and
the
that's
war.
how you know it's a demon.
So then he was like, wait a second. Yeah, there's no way you could just randomly know. Like, he spoke certain words that were spoken
Yeah.
to him during the war.
Yeah.
So I thought that, it's just a good way of sussing out.
Yes, Jared. I know who you are.
oh.
Father Jared.
Just don't worry. This is common. You must have mentioned my name before I got here.
No, they for sure didn't.
And don't listen to the child. I'll tell you right now if he's really possessed.
Go
So
for it.
you think you're a demon, huh? So why you possess this young boy? Tell me.
Because he's really in good shape and just a specimen to behold.
Oh, okay then.
But you would know about that, wouldn't you, Father Jared? Didn't you hold a specimen of your own when you had to pee in that cup and you threw it on your best friend Jason in 2nd grade?
That could happen to anybody. I mean, let's be honest. How many of us throw pee at our friends when we're young? It's just
Not a
boys
lot of
being
people.
boys. So that does not prove anything.
Well, what about when Jennifer Salisbury said that your breath smelled like dirty steak, which is very ironic for her to say, with her last name being Salisbury?
Google. Anybody can Google anything. This is not a big deal.
Well, what about
Probably
that
not
time
possessed.
freshman year when you smelt that beer and threw up just from the smell? you
Okay, now
puss?
anybody would be grossed out by a beer. I mean, let's be honest.
not
It's
true.
not great.
There's a lot of
It's an
people there. A
acquired
lot of people
taste. I
enjoyed
don't
it.
see this
No.
being specific.
You were
to
the
me.
only
I
one
mean-
at that party at 1645 View Lane that it didn't enjoy that beer.
Big party at 1645 View Lane. It could be hundreds of people smell a beer and throw up. So not.
No, it wasn't on the
proof,
news or anything, and nobody ever told that story about being at that party ever.
No, but somehow you knew about it. It's on the Facebook,
You must have
maybe.
been there.
Yeah, or you've been there yourself. Your father maybe crossed paths with me as a child and told
Maybe.
you. Maybe.
Did you ever tell your father that you've had a crush on Rob Lowe since the 3rd grade?
Okay, now Rob Lowe, handsome man, so obvious not a demon, because everyone in this room would do it. Everyone. Correct? Okay. So I believe this
No, that's
boy
good.
is not possessed because he has not said anything yet that would lead me to believe that he knows anything about my personal life.
No, really, even that one time when you were going on a first date with Samantha and you decided you wanted to go see a movie, but she didn't want to see a movie, did she, Jared?
So many
She
Samanthas.
wanted to date someone else, your roommate, and you opened the door and you were so upset when you saw her because you thought you guys were having a date, but she came there to see your roommate. Do you remember that? Is that specific enough for you, Father Jared?
Oh, this is not looking good for your son. He's starting to exhibit some demonic qualities.
Told ya.
But it's okay because I have this holy water. Wah!
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to go to work, man. I'm not possessed.
See?
Yeah, I'm not.
And everything he said was not true. I did not for a second believe any of that.
Yeah, I made all that up. It was
I need to
weird
call
that it worked.
Samantha. I forgot about Samantha.
There is a Samantha.
Yeah, there's a Samantha.
Okay. What about the
Many
Rob Lowe
Samanthas.
thing? All those?
Well, yes, we all agreed, right? We would.
Yeah,
do
no,
it.
I'd smash. Yeah, it's a good point. That's a fair
I
point.
think my cheekbones
That's a good-
hurt so bad all the time.
That's a good way to know. Yeah. So that's great. At the end of the day, he was faking it. It's funny.
Get that specific
Yeah.
and still be faking it the whole time.
This is all normal stuff. We all go
I
through this. We all throw pee.
Yeah, you can Google it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I thought that's a cool movie if you haven't seen Pope's Exorcism.
You got to see that movie.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't know that scene was in it.
Yeah,
until
it's
now.
really genius.
Yeah, that's clever.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. So, where was I?
So the guy was going to start doing the exorcisms.
Yeah.
That's where you were.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Obviously.
of course. So, yeah. On September 24th, 1975 was the first exorcism rite was
The
performed.
first. Oh, great.
The first. Oh, there's more than
So
one.
she's in for it.
Yeah, of their attempts. He had 42 audio recordings total.
So 42 attempts or just 42 audio recordings?
42 audio recordings.
Okay.
I'll tell you, pardon me, how many attempts.
Oh, no.
That comes later.
Ah.
So let me play this vid real quick for y'all. Oops.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The recordings are like out there.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah. And they're wild, but there's
Have the
something really
So the-
funny when I was researching this that I'm like, oh, I need these guys to see this. It is.
That'd be funny. We're watching and she's like, what about when you threw piss at your friend in the third grade? Well, this is not looking good. They need to stop sending me to these with so many people watching.
I
The
need
first
to
exorcism
move
rite was
hometown.
performed. Father Renz allowed some of the exorcism sessions to be recorded, and 42 audio recordings of the exorcisms were made in total. I'm gonna play some clips from those recordings, but fair warning, these recordings are perhaps the most disturbing pieces of audio I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Ich hab recht dazu, dass ich in dem Wald rein bin. Ich trag dir die Rotznase noch so lang, bis es lebt wird.
Is that English or another language?
It's German.
Oh, jeez.
Kein zurück. Nee. In alle Ewigkeit.
You know, she's screaming. She's giving it 110%.
I mean, do you think that sounds like it came out of a girl? Like,
Yes, it sounds like a girl doing a funny voice.
A funny voice.
your unrelenting skepticism is exhausting. It drains me of all happiness and energy.
Agreed.
And I hope you know that.
So, Annalise also claims that there are 6 different demons that possess her body.
Oh, wow. She's a mess.
I know.
That's all. We're all here.
Yeah.
It's all. I ran out of evil people. To
Right.
think of the blonde man from Die Hard. It's also
Yeah.
Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. Heath Ledger's Joker. Not Jack Nicholson. He was too cartoonish. You had your fun.
Yeah, I've had my fun.
Okay.
Annalise also
For
named
real, though, yeah,
Fleischman
just
as one
naming
her
a bunch of
demons
horrible
and
people.
provided accurate
So here's
So wait, those horrible people became demons? Is what she's trying to allude
well,
to?
check it out.
And now
Listen to
they're
this.
inside of her.
Listen to this.
Not Jack Nicholson.
Well,
He was too
you know,
cartoonish.
listen.
You had your fun. Yeah, I've had my fun.
Okay.
Right here.
Annalise also named Fleischman as one of her demons and provided accurate details of the real Fleischman, who was a priest in the 1500s that was kicked out of the church for bad behavior. These
Interesting.
details came as an icy shock to Father Alt, who claims Annalise would have no way of knowing Fleischman.
Isn't that nuts?
That's actually interesting. Yeah.
Very.
So one was Judas, one was Hitler, one
Yeah.
was Fleischman,
Cain
Cain,
and Lucifer.
and Lucifer, and then
6, right?
no, that's 5.
And Fleischman.
Oh,
Fleischman, Cain, Hitler,
Judas.
Lucifer.
Yeah, Hitler, Lucifer, and yeah, there's another one.
There is another one.
I like how Cain's in there. He's like, oh, God, I'm still a demon to you guys. Like, come on. Like you,
McKenna.
Get me out!
Yeah, like my brother wasn't that great. Like, let's read the story again.
Oh, I was like, McKenna's not a demon.
Yeah, no, McKenna is the 6th one. No, McKenna, she's an angel. So it's so funny. She just said scariest movie, Us and Insidious. I just watched Us for the first time, and it's crazy.
That
Have you
is,
seen it?
yeah, that's the doppelganger one, right? Yeah, that is creepy.
And it's Jordan Peele. It's great.
What would
Also-
you do if you were like in a public place and you looked over and yourself was staring at you like with like some creepy smile?
I'd punch him.
You would attack your doppelganger?
1,000,000%.
That'd be what. And
It's
what
like
if,
High-
like,
it's
after
like
you're
Highlander.
done,
It
like
can only be
you
one.
look at him and it's just like some guy that sort of kind of looked like you, and now you're just this nut
Yeah.
who attacked some random guy in the mall.
And then I got to go on the run. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go, Us. It's a movie called As
No,
Us.
them.
Ooh, what is that? Sounds familiar.
So in the same night, I watched Us and Them.
Really?
No, I don't know what them is.
It's like a Netflix series. I think it's on Netflix. It
It
might
sounds
be on
like
Prime.
something, yeah.
It's
Oh, I've seen the cover.
What's it
Yeah.
about?
Them. Duh.
about them.
Dummy.
No, you know them. No.
Nerd.
It's about back in the day, back when there was like segregation and stuff. How
What's this fucking
a
feed?
black family just moved into like a white neighborhood.
Yeah.
And like the house, I guess there's like
That's The Watcher.
no, it's not. It's called Them.
Okay.
Oh, The Watcher. That's an interesting
I
story.
have not seen
That's
The
a great.
Watcher.
It's a great
but
true story.
Them I
True
have
story,
watched.
yeah.
And it's
What a mentally disturbed person.
watch it.
Yeah,
Just watch them.
Well
If it's-
explained.
yeah, if it's good, I'll watch
I
it.
remember I went to go buy the movie and I looked at the black of the Blu-ray and it said it's like on like Netflix and like I
It's
don't
like
know.
this
Just go watch
family
it.
And
Yeah.
they move.
Is it The Watcher? No, it's not The Watcher. Yeah. But The Watcher's good. No. So and then
It's kind of it's like a racist. It's kind of racist, which is why I don't like
Them.
Because,
Okay, I get it.
Because I'm super not.
I get what you're saying.
You know,
Not
but
what?
I'm not racist.
Right,
At
yeah.
all.
yeah, that's what racist people say all
It's
the
funny.
time.
We were actually talking about it the other day. My mom's like,
I was talking about how not racist I was.
My mom, no,
I'm like
because
always making
Yeah.
sure everyone
Yeah.
knows.
growing up,
Yeah.
like my family was a little racist.
Hi, princess. I'm
Oh,
not
geez.
racist.
Like overtly
And-
so? Like,
like-
embarrass you in public?
No.
Okay, good.
No, it
Not
made
that
us
I-
feel proud.
Not that, not that I
Ugh.
remember.
No, I mean like, you know, where they're just like
But,
overtly.
No, I get it.
Like my mom, she was just telling my kids like how she wished she used to try and make me be a little racist because I was the least judgmental.
That's an interesting.
racist.
That's a
thing
crazy
for a
thing
mom
for a
to
fucking
do,
mother
yeah.
to say.
Sorry, Mom.
Honey, you
I'm
need to
putting
be
you on
Princess
the
is
spot.
great. I
It's
mean,
like, you
she's
just need to be a little bit more racist.
doing so well in school.
Yeah, she's really
Her
she's
racism
popular.
meter.
It's just she's not racist enough.
Yeah.
Honey, we got to do
We're
something.
working on it. Could you imagine the meeting with the principal?
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, we're working on her racism. And that's not at all why I brought you here.
Yeah,
No. It's her math grade.
Yeah.
Why did you think that's what we wanted to do? What?
But now that you brought it
Yeah.
up,
But
I
no,
mean,
but them, it is a very good show. It is a
definitely
little
show her to
racist.
Kill a Mockingbird. See how she feels.
Those movies, Us and
Them.
No, the other one.
They have
with the
Get Out.
hypnosis. Get Out. Yeah,
that movie's so good.
Oh,
that is a scary.
Jordan Peele's God, and so is Nope. Nope's the shit
with-
too.
Nope's really good. They're scary. You should check those out.
I
Those
love
are
'em.
scary.
Or,
Scary
the Jordan
movies.
Peele trilogy is so
Yeah,
good.
he's good. He's good.
He's so good, and there's so much foreshadowing and stuff. But have you guys seen what McKenna mentioned? Also, Hereditary.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, guys.
What is that about?
Yeah,
so
what's that?
it's about this little girl, and like it's not The Watcher. Just go watch it. No, I'm kidding. So it's about it's about this little girl, and she gets something happens, and so they want the parents are like mad because a kid died or something, right? And so it's all about the mystery that you got to watch.
I
But-
like mystery shows.
gotta
just in
watch
it's a
general.
movie. It's a movie.
There's a Nancy Drew show. I love it.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
do.
I
You're
love that
fucking
kind of
a
stuff.
woman.
Dude,
But-
have you seen the new Goosebumps?
Yeah, dude, I couldn't get through the first episode.
You are crazy. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Dude, it is like
was
the greatest.
all over the place.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Each episode is a different book, but it's all based around. They changed like the lore. It's really cool. It's all based in this one town where
Yeah.
this one kid he
Wait, isn't
dies.
it all the same actors though for the whole series?
Yeah, it's a series. It's always the same actors.
So
What
how do you
mean?
do the haunted mask and say cheese and
that's the
die?
thing. So the house, when the kid dies in the house, it becomes cursed, and the kids throw a party there
Spoiler
because
alert.
they need. Yeah, this is the first 30 minutes of the show.
Spoiler alert.
Not really. So they need a place to throw a house party, and they're like, oh, that abandoned house where that kid,
Yeah,
died
I
suddenly
saw that, yeah.
in the 90s.
And then he pops up.
Let's go there. So and every kid in the party that's part of that main friend group
Yeah.
interacts with some object that's in the house, and that object is each episode, and it haunts them in some way, going and an overarching story, connects to the overarching story.
Yeah.
So it's different relics in the house. So you got the cuckoo clock of dooms in there, you got the haunted mask, you've got
Yeah.
the Night of the Living Dummy. There's it.
No, I saw the
Going
episode.
Worms,
It was all
dude.
books that I read to all the Goosebumps.
That's what's
that I
great
read.
about it. Yeah, they just do different takes on them.
Ready?
So cool.
Question. And then
Great
I'll get
show.
back to Fleischman. But it's not funny. But
Wait, wasn't there another Fleischman though? How do we know that's the Fleischman she was talking about? And how did this priest? Why did he take it so personally?
because she literally no, he didn't take it personally.
I know Fleischman. Okay, he was a good priest.
That's how we know which Fleischman
I don't think
because she
he's a
described him. to
Oh,
a T.
okay, I gotcha.
But so
I cut my hair like this, like this kind of thing.
yeah, Hereditary though the little girl's so creepy. Dude, you
Okay.
got to see it.
I'll
And
watch it. I like
it's
any scary
like the
movies.
brother. Oh, it's just so creepy, dude. It's good. And what's her name's in it from The Sixth Sense, and she's amazing. The mom.
Shoot, I can't remember who was in The Sixth Sense.
The mom from Sixth Sense.
Yeah, who is it?
She's also. I'm trying to think of her name. It starts with a T or something.
That scene, the dinner scene. Sorry, I'm late. Blah blah blah. Where she's alone because that's real. When you find out
Googling
later
it 'cause
that
it's
she
gonna
was
bother
alone,
me.
that's
So-
the best.
Yeah. All right. Two questions.
just
First
thinks she's
question.
pissed.
I want to read what McKenna said, but first question: any friend group from? You busy?
I'm Googling
Oh, there
the
you
girl
go.
from Sixth Sense.
Oh, you're doing your job. Okay, my bad.
God. Yes, I am.
So, if you could hang out with any friend group from a horror film or franchise, who would it be? And then, what did McKenna say?
So, but are you drawn into their nonsense because you're hanging out with them?
They're your friend group, so you are still you. You make your own choices.
Right.
If they're out murdering
But
people, you don't have to
you're
murder.
drawn into their. No, I mean, like if you're hanging out with the Scream group, you're dealing with what they're dealing with. There's a killer on the loose attacking them.
100%. Yeah.
Then I would go for
Tony Collette.
Tony Collette. Thank you.
But what
I knew it
else
was a
is she
T.
in? Is because I can't picture her just by her name.
She's in. Have you seen Knives Out?
Yes.
She's the wacky like aunt.
Shoot, that's still
Fucking
Can't
name.
picture it.
She's in everything. Tony Collette.
Yeah.
Name a few flicks that she's in.
But if I was gonna pick a friend group, it would be Scream Queens. I think that would be a fun
Mafia
group
Mama.
situation.
Muriel's Wedding. Pieces of Her, The Sixth Sense, Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine. She's the mom. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I can't picture it. I can't picture
Okay,
this.
if you don't know from that,
This woman.
you'll
Yeah.
never know.
Little Miss Sunshine, I like watched once in pieces.
What?
Yeah.
That movie's fantastic. So,
Yeah, I remember liking it.
What did McKenna say?
So she was saying that the worst version of yourself is a scary concept. like where you stare into the mirror and you see like you become like this
Yes.
twisted version of
Yes.
yourself. And Hereditary really is one of those you have to watch to
understand.
So,
Yeah,
I
know.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, because I don't want to. You can't say, too much. But
Right.
it's Creepsville. It's very good. It's a
Yeah.
very good scary movie. You know what I tried to watch that I just couldn't get to was Parasite. I heard was really good.
Yeah, I never got into that one either. It's all subtitled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be ready
And
for that. You got to be in the right mode.
I was trying to like watch it like to go to bed, and I'm not trying to read.
Shit.
Especially I need my glasses to read from
Yeah,
afar
no,
like that.
To go
I'm
to
not gonna
bed,
fucking put
yeah.
my glasses on to go to bed.
Yeah,
Sounds
just read a
crazy.
book.
You're nuts. Yeah. Yeah. read a
But
book.
yeah, to your question, Scream Queens. I would want to be a part of that
me
situation,
too.
trying to figure that one out.
What's
Yeah.
up, ladies?
It's a good one.
You need a helping.
Wasn't that
hand.
such a great show?
That was
The
a fun
first,
show. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not still
yeah.
on the air.
I've never seen it.
Oh, dude.
Jill
They brought
Roberts.
everybody
What's her
in
name?
there.
Julia Roberts?
Emma.
Emma Stone.
Stone?
No, Emma Roberts.
She's so good at being like the worst mean girl, and but everybody's in it from all the different horror movies and
Yep.
stuff. It's really cool.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah,
Carrie Fisher's daughter. She's one of
she was
them.
from Zombieland, right?
No, she's not in Zombieland.
No, that girl from Zombieland is in it though. She's one of the characters.
Oh yeah,
the little girl.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah,
The girl, Abigail Breslin.
yeah.
The
But-
girl who plays Little Miss Sunshine. That's funny.
Well, I was picking the horror movie she's from. They picked people from horror movies. I think.
No, it's just
point of
oddly
it.
enough, there's Little Miss Sunshine as
Yeah,
well, which we just mentioned.
coincidentally.
Yes, but
I don't watch enough horror movies to know the answer to this question.
But it's a good show. Scream Queens is really good.
Yeah.
It's like a whodunit slasher, just like Scream.
Transformers.
But they're kind of making fun of itself at the same time.
let's see if you take out the things that are happening around them. You take out the bad guy or whatever.
Just people you want to spend time with.
Yeah, who
from a
would you
horror
pick?
film.
Yeah, what's like a cool clique or crew?
I don't know. I don't know. Why? You have somebody in mind? I'm guessing.
No, I just thought of it. I just thought of like this like Scream 6 is in New York. They're all hanging out and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a cool crew. But I'm like, would I want to be around it like that, having to deal with that shit?
No.
But then if you take that out, would it be cool or what? Jenna Ortega and her hot sister too.
Yeah, they might be fun to hang out with. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
I don't
a
know.
lot of problems that come along.
Yeah,
with
I
hanging
think
out
it's
with
more
them.
fun if you're part of like the mystery that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to be
Scooby-Doo.
part of like having to solve like the murder, like who's the killer type of
Right,
shit.
yeah.
Dude, I'd be so good at that.
Yeah.
I
in the
would,
situation.
and I would never be the killer.
That's why I
people
picked
would
Scream Queens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you would be the killer.
No, because that's a good like whodunit.
You want to take these
there's a
women out,
lot.
Jared? Jesus Christ.
Goodness gracious.
You have
Horrific.
no morals. Yeah.
Well,
what's
no,
wrong
we
with
know who the killers are. So going into it, you'd be able to kind of avoid
you? Wait, was
some
am
rough
I
situations.
crazy? Was the girl from Glee the one who died in it?
Was she the one who died?
She died in real life, but was the girl who from Glee Santana?
No, she. I don't think she was in it.
She wasn't in it.
No.
That's just like a false.
Oh,
memory.
have you guys watched that show, You?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
saw the
that
first
show.
season. I'm in love with what's her name.
I'm like two
So I don't want to watch the
seasons
next
in, I
one
think.
with
Yeah.
he is that weird nickname. He says it all the time. Beck,
Beck.
and he says like
Yeah.
that. Beck.
No, second season's really
No,
good.
Beck. Why
Yeah.
would I do that?
Yeah,
I love you, Beck.
I haven't seen the third.
Oh my God, he sounded just like him right there.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Good job.
No, yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Us,
But
them, and you.
Yeah, jeez. They're
you,
running
us,
out
and
of
them.
ideas.
Yeah.
Getting creative.
This
over
country's
here.
really getting divisive. But so anyway,
Yeah, so
back to Fleischman.
Fleischman.
Jeez, yeah.
Just so cavalier with all of it. This poor girl went
I
through hell,
know.
and we're like, oh, Fleischman. You thought you were multiple demons.
It sounds like an
fucking
evil
nerd.
name. It just seems like there's got to be more than one.
Yeah, just like Hitler seems evil. Maybe it's just the connotations.
Yeah.
Hitler.
Wasn't there a Fleischman in World War II? I'm telling you.
That's what made me think of Hitler too.
Yeah.
This-
There's more than one Fleischman.
Yeah, she just learned about it in school, and so she's like,
Yeah, that's what it
Hitler.
sounds like. She's
Oh,
just
Nero.
naming-
Nero. was
Nero's the
last
other one. Yeah. Yeah, would he be a demon?
Nero. She, like he said, she's just naming evil people.
Hmm.
The blind guy from Die Hard. Genius.
You see the Rick and Morty where they do a Die Hard and he's like obsessed with Die Hard, the villain is, and what the sister's never seen Die Hard. So he thinks she's like the most diehard of all the diehards because she's not following the diehard rules.
That was last season. Yeah,
it's
season
pretty good.
5. Yeah,
6,
yeah. No, 5.
6 for sure.
Cool. The season I haven't seen yet.
No, 7 just came out. 7
6
only
I
has
haven't
like
seen
2
yet.
episodes.
Yeah, I haven't seen. 6
you haven't
yet.
seen 6?
No, I know.
Well, that's 6 though.
It's queued up. Is it?
It is. Yeah,
It's 5
the Die
for
Hard
sure.
episode 6.
Okay,
It
maybe
is.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
So they talk to a priest. They say there's 4 things to look for.
Yeah.
For actual possessions, right?
Right.
First one is an aversion to sacred objects.
Yeah,
which
makes sense. Superhuman strength. It's got to be one.
1. Jinx.
Double jinx.
Dinks.
You owe me a soda.
Pop. Ruth Bader. That was a mess. So, number 2, we got into it. Knowledge of hidden things. Like remember when you made out with Jennifer Salisbury and
bad breath.
Yeah. Said it smelled like a steak, which is very ironic coming from her.
What a strange thing to say. Oh. Yeah.
And now I'm Fleischman.
Yeah, see, he's not coughing anymore.
Yeah.
He's not anything anymore.
Yeah, he's not moving. Yeah. He has no agency over his own
Right.
body.
So we
He's
win.
healed.
So yeah.
We're going to
So if you wrote it out in a sentence, it would be like I did the right thing.
Yeah, I solved the problem.
I fixed it.
Yeah, and I'm going to do this in front of a whole group of other doctors so they can learn how to do it, and then they're going to go do it to their
The
patients.
best scene in a movie of that is the Wolf Man, where he's like,
Where he really
this
turns into a
man
wolf?
is such a fucking
I
idiot.
love
Look at
it,
this
yeah.
dumb guy who
And
thinks
they're
he's a
all
wolf.
like, look behind you, you
Yeah,
stupid
and he's like,
idiot.
I will kill all of you. With
You
his
didn't like
accent.
Werewolf by Night. You've got to give it another chance. That was such a good. I love where he's like, don't worry, there's not a full moon for 5 days. She's like, the bloodstone can turn you in 5 seconds. And he's like, and then they come in with the bloodstone. And he goes, not like this. I promise you. If you do this, there will be no mercy.
Yeah.
And then they do it. And then he just
see a
breaks
shadow.
out of there immediately. Yeah. And just breaks out of the cage. And then they're like, oh, we probably shouldn't have done this.
You know who directed that?
No, not off the top of my head.
Michael Giacchino. You don't know
What else did he
Giacchino?
do?
No,
No.
he's only done that. It's his
Oh, okay.
directorial debut. But he's
It's very good.
he
Very
did
creepy.
Star Wars after John Williams.
Okay.
He picked up where he left off.
Oh.
All of Abrams' work he scores all of his films.
Oh, so he normally doesn't
He's a
direct.
composer. No, he's never directed.
Dude, it's so good. They just released a color
But
version,
he
not
did
the black
he
and
did
white version
Lost.
of it.
He's maybe one of the greatest composers ever.
Give it another chance. Is what I'm saying. Werewolf by Night. Give it a chance. They just released the color
I
version.
know why. Who
Just
gives
watch.
a fuck.
Give it a chance.
Hey, you didn't
It's
like it in
very
black
good.
and white. You won't like it in color either.
I don't know. It's a good one. I like Elsa Bloodstone as a character too.
I don't. I didn't like who they had.
She was really
playing her. I didn't like the acting.
Man.
Chat blowing up. Anyway,
for it.
by May, she was banging her head against the freaking wall, biting herself
Never a
and
good
others.
sign. Yeah.
She was biting herself and others so much that they had to tie her up.
Don't worry. This
I
is
thought they were
normal.
gonna knock her teeth out.
Yeah.
Think.
Oh,
that'd
just
be
banging
fucked
the head
up.
of the wall and biting people. There's most fakers do this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Well,
You're all
she's
lucky
also
I'm here.
eating flies, spiders, and her own piss.
Go get the head drill. We'll take
Works
care of
every
this.
time. Yeah. She also stopped eating, and when they asked her, she said, "quote She was quote
"We ran
not
out of
permitted
spiders."
to eat. Yeah, not permitted to eat.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Fleischmann said I couldn't eat.
He's a sadist.
Hitler tried to get me a cracker, but Fleischmann was like, "Oh no." Then Nero was like, "No, get her a saltine." And then fucking you know who, Lucifer comes up and like, "No saltine."
Yeah. You figure they'd want you strong. Like, why would they? I guess the weaker you are, the easier for them to take you over.
Well, that right there tells
No,
me
100%,
I probably
yeah.
could never be possessed because I eat too much.
There you go.
So even though she was very frail, likely weighing under 80 pounds,
Okay.
she still had like superhuman strength.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
So by June, she looked terrible and refused to see a doctor. She refused medical attention.
Yeah. Wow.
And she was also suffering from extreme fever, so it probably would have been helpful. But then on the 30th in 76, Annalise had another exorcism, only saying the words, "Please, absolution." And that's it. Yeah. And this is years. This is 76. We're in June of 76. So the next morning,
Right?
doing the
Yeah.
job.
Is
Yeah.
there someone else we can? Do you have a supervisor
Yeah.
or? All right.
Yeah,
54.
I called the main number.
Can we call it a team?
I called the
Yeah.
main. I called the main line on the back of your card, and I spoke to someone. So we're gonna have this Fleischman come in and help us. No, anyway.
Fleischman the 14th.
Yeah, it's his great grandson. So crazy part is there was a case brought against the parents and the priests.
I would imagine.
For negligent homicide.
Yeah, I would imagine this. Yeah, this looks bad.
Yeah. So the defense. It's weird. I'm putting the emphasis on the wrong.
Was
syllable.
Ed Warren represented them in court?
Yeah. So the defense submit. Dude, they can't do anything about
Well,
that.
she's only 16. Does she have the right? Oh no, by
Well, she
this
died
time
at
she was
23.
okay.
Yeah.
She was an
End of
adult.
it,
Yeah.
She was an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Also, a family friend said that Annalise begged on her knees. She said, "quote begged on her knees to not suggest medical attention to anybody," which is weird. Did bring a doctor at
She just wanted
at
it
the
to
end.
end, probably, the
I
suffering.
don't know. The priest even at the end brought a doctor in.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing too, and the doctor said he went out of scientific curiosity and he wasn't going as a physician. It's like, so what? So basically, he's saying, "Wait, this shit sounds fucked up.
So he's
let
one of
me
those
go."
doctors from the 1800s.
Check this out, man.
Yeah, this
Just
is
watches it happen.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, he's just going to check it out. What are you doing there, buddy? Anyway, yeah, he just basically went to see what the WTF.
Yeah, he just didn't. Yeah, at that point, you don't want to be involved. Honestly, it's like, yeah, I just wanted to kind of see. I don't want to be named in the lawsuit later.
Yeah. So weird thing is, the Dr. Roth is his name. When he spoke at the trial, he said that Anna had no external injuries. But when they spoke to Father Renz during the trial, he said that she had several bruises, a swollen cheek, and black eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Isn't that, how do you have such opposite stories?
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that creepy?
They're so different.
Plus, if she's banging her head into the wall and stuff like that, you feel like she would have some bruises.
So that's how she looked at 16. That's how she looked before she died. Yeah.
This poor girl, man.
So sad.
Yeah,
Isn't that
this is a
horrible?
sad story here.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So one claimed she was fine. The other claimed, oh no.
So what did you? So in diving into this story, what do you think this was? Was she actually possessed?
So well, let me get there. So maybe let me present both sides of the argument that they gave. So yeah,
Court
it's
is in session.
Yeah, court is in session, please. So crazily enough, the autopsy showed Annalise's brain was healthy and had no damage that would cause epileptic seizures.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they said, quote, not even on a microscopic level.
Oh.
So there's like,
Wow.
then what? So oddly, the court ignored facts like her pupils were extremely dilated and she had no ulcers, which is very common with anybody like suffering of starvation.
Okay.
So odd. And then the prosecution argued that Annalise had epilepsy and psychosis, and that the parents and two priests were liable for failing to act to save her life. The prosecution also said they tore down the idea of possession, and like this is a joke.
Have a fedora.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, he didn't stand outside with a briefcase and a fedora when it was shining bright.
That's like Exorcism 101. I mean,
Hello. Prosecution also said that the medication she was taking successfully suppressed the epileptic seizures, epileptic-like seizures,
right,
and that the suppression morphed into a delusional psychosis associated with epilepsy.
okay. Plus, if everyone around you is telling you that you're possessed all day, every day for years, maybe mentally you're going to go there.
They argued that her psychosis was exacerbated by the exorcisms they played into her fantasy. Right? Crazy. So, even though, Annalise also in between exorcisms seemed fine, which is crazy. So that sort of goes to maybe to the point of the yeah.
Okay, let him in. Hurry! I got it. I'm in it. I'm in it. Well, let's go.
Yeah. So it's not clear if the seizures were stopped by the medication or if they just, by her on her own.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing: if this is the evidence they have, they say the psychosis caused by the suppression by the medication, right? The visions and all this predated her taking any of that medication.
Yeah, that's true.
So how do you explain that?
Yeah, she started having weird symptoms way before that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this can all be seen in a movie based on the story called, does anybody guess what this
The
movie
Exorcism of Emily Rose?
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Nice.
Exactly right. Well done, buddy. So the prosecution actually won. Spoiler alert.
What?
So they served 6 months in jail, which is not a long time.
Yeah.
The two priests, 3-year suspension from their priesting abilities. I don't know what that means, but suspended for 3 years, and then they all had to pay the court costs. So nuts. So the court ruled Annalise was unable to make decisions for herself,
right,
and therefore should have been forced to submit to medical care.
That's interesting.
horrible.
Yeah.
So how do you determine?
If the fedora doesn't fit,
Yeah.
you must acquit.
So how do you determine if it's a mental health issue or possession issue?
Yeah. How do
you have to determine the root cause, of course. They
Well,
should be
the
looked at
court
by
has to even
multiple
recognize-
doctors.
Who have multiple personality disorders.
that exorcism that a demon can actually take a person over. Like, does not have to even. That has to be like recognized for that defense to even work. To be like, oh no, it's and
100%.
there is a case, right? The devil made me do it, where they did use that as a defense and it worked. So I guess there's precedent,
dude. Yeah.
I don't know if it happened before or after this though.
Which
The devil made me do it. That case.
So 70. It's around the same time. I guess
Yeah.
Devil Made Me Do It would be before 74. Was it?
I don't know.
Because she died in 76. So who knows, dude? Who knows?
Yeah.
But crazy. I have another video of audio.
Oh.
A video of audio of her Fleischman
That is
ways.
the only.
Jeez Louise.
So this is her different little personalities. So this one is.
Ja, ich will auch für die anderen leiden, damit die nicht näher kommen und so. Aber dass das dann so schlimm ist und so grausam.
So that's her talking normally.
Yeah.
This is how Annalise
Das
Michel
tut mir
sounded.
leiden, das ist so leicht zu sagen, aber wenn es dann wirklich schlimm wird, da will man überhaupt nicht mehr, da will mein Kind schon.
Oh, what does that say?
I can't read it.
And now let's hear. This is her Hitler voice.
Okay.
Demon.
Nein, ihr Klötze! Einmal mir Klötze! Oh, so down every line.
Oh.
Yikes.
Zwischen 3.
Was ist so der Scheiße?
And demons are
This is
deceptive,
Cain.
right? So they
Of
might
course.
they might just say they're Hitler. They don't have to tell you who they are.
This is Cain. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
In fact, don't they try and hide their
This is
names?
Nero,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this is probably just pseudonyms they use if she was really possessed.
This is Nero. So they sound similar. But that's her voice. How fucking crazy. This is Fleischman. Could you imagine you're a little girl and it's just she's making these
Jeez
noises?
Louise.
It's like, what? This is a beautiful little girl.
Yeah, and she looks. There's the black eyes. Like we have pictures.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, what is that?
This is Judas. Or then I think we can call it.
Die müssen in eigenen Seminaren aus.
Anyway, they all sound the same and they're all fucking terrifying.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, a lot of creepy audio today. Ooh,
What did McKenna
sounds
say?
like one of those not don't smoke commercials. McKenna said, "Yeah, it's for real." I used to sound like this.
Now I'm Fleischman.
Yeah.
I gotta put the thing up to me.
Yeah.
Now I'm Fleischman.
Now I'm Fleischman. Oh, I love that in Departed when they get a call and she's like, hello, the girlfriend, Vera Farmiga.
Yeah.
And put Billy on the phone, whatever his name is. She's like, I think it's like a cancer guy.
Yeah.
And then gives it to Matt Damon.
Yeah.
He's like, hello. And he's like, Yeah. What does he say? You like Miss Freud sucking on your, you know what?
Yeah, whatever.
He's like, yeah, but we got business to do. Don't ever answer the fucking phone again. Yeah,
That's
you
funny.
answer. Why is your cell off? It's so good. That movie's great.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
It really is. It's great. Woo. But a lot of fun. A lot of
super creepy,
Yeah.
y'all.
a lot of spooks, a lot of scares, a lot of creeps.
The idea that you could be a doorway
Fleischman.
to the underworld is creepy.
Yeah, that a person could be a gateway to
So
Letting in
make
this
sure you sage
horrible
yourself
stuff.
daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm so
Practice
sorry
health.
about the freezing and all that bull crap. I'll make sure that is fixed by the next time.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat, we love you so much. You guys rock. Anything else you guys wanted to say or get to? Am I missing something? Am I forgetting anything? Yes. A best
Forget
movie
to
ever.
click like, share, subscribe.
Talk closer
Thank
to the
you.
mic. All
Yeah.
that. Don't forget any of that.
That is good advice.
Yeah, you know it is. So we do have a best movie ever for today.
We do. And it makes a lot of sense.
It's very fitting.
And if you haven't guessed it, you can now.
Try and guess it. Dun, 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 dun.
What would be a good one for this?
Where is it? It's
Boom.
Constantine.
Nice.
Out of Constantine. We thought it was
really
very
is
fitting.
such a great movie, dude.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
They made him such a cool character in that.
He's so great and so
the
different from
cigarette,
the
even
comics.
leaving the cigarette burning because it's not even going to take long enough for a cigarette to burn out. And when
Yeah.
it does, he's annoyed.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. No, he's great. And everyone in it, from Jaimin Hansu as Midnight,
Yeah.
to Gavin Rosdale as Balthazar,
Yeah.
to that guy who's in all the weird movies.
Yeah, that guy's the best from Prison Break, the mafia guy. He plays the devil who eventually cures him at the end.
Oh, he's the best.
He's so good.
What's his
Baba
name?
Yaga. Oh, they're in that together. I forgot. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
mobster in that movie.
Yeah, John Wick.
The first Wick.
Yeah, second Wick.
First.
No,
First.
second. First. No,
He's the father of the guy
no.
when
He's
they
not.
kill. Yes,
No.
he is.
He's the second one. He's the brother of that guy. He's like, John Wick's coming up here right now at the very beginning.
Who's the
talking about, like, the
father
Russian
in the
guy?
first one?
I don't
Oh, okay.
recognize him from any of them.
Yeah, okay.
But no, he's in the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at the opening scene of the
Baba
second
Yaga.
one. Baba Yaga. Yeah, but what's his name? Peter Stormare or Peter Stormare,
He's
however
great,
you want to
dude.
pronounce it.
Is he like the Russian guy?
Yeah.
He's the
in
Russian guy
everything.
in
He plays an
Armageddon.
Italian guy, a Russian guy. He
Oh,
plays
He's just the
I
best.
believe he's
Yeah.
also in the Blacklist. If you haven't seen the Blacklist, it's a
Probably.
really good show.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. He's in everything. He's the best, dude. But
Awesome.
Yeah.
awesome. Also, the guy from what's that movie? He has the messed up eye, and it's all the characters are in his head. They're all from the same. They're all from like Paris, Texas, and
Yeah.
they're all from like names. You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of.
John Cusack movie. It's fucking great. Ray Liotta. They're in a hotel. The little boy ends up being the killer, but it's all in his head.
That's the best. Yeah.
What's that fucking movie called? It's so good.
It's not,
so good.
I know. I keep thinking of a different name for it.
What are you thinking of? My brain will help.
U-turn.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Like driving. It's has to do
Something
with the
to do with
hotel?
the motel. The road, maybe.
Crash.
Will you look up John Cusack for me?
John Cusack.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Better yet, look up Amanda Peet. Or just look up the fucking movie.
Yeah,
I don't know
the movie
title.
director.
What movie am I looking at?
I don't know who directed. Look up Amanda Peet. She's in it. Damn it! What is that called?
Yeah, I swear it has something to do with.
Or does
like,
it have something to do with his brain, like being fucked up?
No, because that's kind of like a hidden reveal.
Yeah, I know,
I think
that's-
it's like it's something about like U-turn or
Somebody in the chat, you know which movie I'm talking about?
Identity.
Identity. Thank you. Yeah.
Identity.
Ah,
Yes.
First one, there was a
Yeah,
bunch. And I
good
just-
grab. Good
yeah,
grab.
you just pulled it because that. Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't the first one.
What did we rate Constantine?
So we have a great rating system always.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, I'd say just points before we even say what it is.
Yeah.
How many points would you give it? Like out of 10, what would you say?
For this, 7.5 probably.
Yeah, 7.5. That's what I got.
Yeah.
So we got 7.5. Gavin Rosdale, Balthazar's, ladies and gentlemen. Bush's own, UK's own, Gavin Rosdale playing Balthazar.
Well done, Constantine.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
I could gush about this film for literally hours.
You could make a
Gosh,
golden
gosh.
statue of Balthazar and give it to him.
Yeah,
Like I could see that being an award.
that should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
tonight's
the winner of the
recipients of the
Balthazar.
Golden Balthazar. Yeah. is Gavin Rosdale.
For some reason in my feed on TikTok, I get like these Keanu Reeves videos where he yells at fans like that are bothering him. I don't know where they came from, but they're fun.
What is it?
It's just Keanu Reeves getting mad at people for following him around and trying to ask for like autographs when he's at the mall and
leave
stuff.
me alone,
Yeah.
okay?
Can I just have a few minutes to myself?
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm trying
careful
to
what
eat
you wish
my
for.
low-fat smoothie, and you're here in my face?
it'd be great if he like beat a guy up using all kinds of kung fu moves.
I know gung fu. He says that to somebody.
Yeah.
I know gung fu. Man, he's the best.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
love
cool.
to meet him. But what fun we have here at TPTNS.
So much
True that.
fun.
What fun we have.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all
good
for
episode.
having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, from
welcome.
Princess.
Always happy to have you here for sure. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to everybody who participated in the show. And please like, subscribe. Sharing the video helps get the video out there. So if you can, share it with your friends, family, with yourself. But yeah,
Share it with yourself.
Fun topic today. Can't wait for Crash Talk. Have a happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, dress up as something cool. Take your kids trick-or-treating. Do what you do.
Sorry, cat lover. So, guys, by the way, Crash Talk will be on its normal day, most likely, but switch up. We are probably most likely going to switch up our Halloween episode because
Yeah.
Tuesday is Halloween,
Yeah.
and people have places to do and people to see.
Yeah.
Places to do. And so, yeah, we might switch today. We will let you know beforehand. It'll be posted on our channel and on our socials.
Yep.
And by the way, visit our socials. We got Instagram.
Say hi.
We don't have Instagram.
Leave some comments.
We have everything but.
Yeah.
Go to our Twitter or
Check
X,
out them
whatever you call it.
shorts, too. The
Check out
channel's
them
got some good shorts.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we love you guys. We appreciate you. We will see you on the flip flop. Be easy, be safe, and we'll see you for the Halloween episode. Sorry, cat lover, that you came late, but we love you.
We still love you, cat lover.
Later, guys.